Hello, 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 hello. There we are. No, that looks weird. I think we're fine. I think that's fine. Anyways, sorry. Been a while since I streamed, so hello, hello. Welcome back to a Prog Reborn. My name is M. Kostler, and we are continuing with where we left off. Took Thanksgiving and post Thanksgiving off. Learned a little bit more about video making. Definitely need to figure out how to fill up some space in a video as I'm making it. But we are pretty close to a good introductory video for the series that I can put onto the channel, but no need to wait for that to finish before I actually start, as we have been these past few weeks. Where we left off before Thanksgiving, set up, is we were working on getting the rest of our classes, Conjurer, Lancer, and Archer, up to 20 through their level 20 job quest that would get us in line with everything else, and then we can start working on MSQ. We're beyond the well, I have to actually pick the quest up, but yeah, there it is. 17 is the level of the MSQ, so we should be able to, at this point, sort of bounce between our different classes and our different jobs to try and keep them all in line as we go forward. We couldn't do that from the very beginning because we didn't have easy access to the other hub cities, so this is us catching up. Only need a little bit of Archer, a little bit of Lancer, and a little bit of Conjurer left, and we have a little bit of the hunting log left for each of these. So I can go and clean out some hunting log. I know I'm going to be back in the East Shroud relatively soon with the MSQ. So what I think I might do is for Conjurer. Sure, we're at best gear for Conjurer. There we are. For Conjurer, I might. So I can't use the leveling roulette. We're at 11. Again, we are still in patch 2.0. And leveling roulette didn't come out until patch 2.1. But I can go directly to, highest available dungeon and do that. Should probably take a little moment to explain what's going on. Prog Reborn, we are attempting to recreate the idea of playing on a patch by patch experience. If you play within the current patches, or with live, caught up to live, at least how I do it is I typically try and play the patches to completion, experience everything that I can for that patch, then I have to wait a certain amount of time before I get something new. So I'm experiencing each patch in and of itself, experiencing each patch to its fullest. Whereas if you're going through MSQ, if if you're starting out as a Sprout, starting out as a level 1 character, you especially if you're doing it on a stream, you're sort of guided by a chat room or by expectation to just sort of mainline the MSQ and then maybe do some story related stuff, and then you'll have all the time in the world to go back, which is a benefit of Final Fantasy XIV. You have all the time in the world to go back and sort of experience it in as close approximation to what it would have been like at the time as you can. But given that the popular or most well-liked things sort of bubble up to the top and you sort of experience only those things if you have, somebody guiding you or guided by expectation or guided by a chat room, you're only experiencing kind of the same things and you don't really get an opportunity to make the decision for yourself on what you think is cool or interesting. Whereas in a patch, when patch cycles come out, you kind of are doing everything and you're experiencing every bit of the buffalo there. So this is me trying to recreate that. As always, my main character is already current with the live server, or with the live game. Basically, I'm at 6.5. Better way to say it. So this is not a reaction playthrough. This is a progression playthrough. And there might be things that I haven't seen yet because I sort of played the game as expected on my main character. So this is all to say that there might be spoilers for anything that is currently out there in Final Fantasy XIV. So if you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, then this is your warning to bail out now. Alrighty. What I want to do, let's go ahead and jump into Copper Bell. You don't have regen yet at this level. You don't have regen at all? I guess not. Yeah, anyways, we'll go to Copper Bell. Myself an egg. Key. Boom, 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 boom. Hecatonchier. Hecatonchery. Hecatonker. Mentor not doing anything, just sitting in the back, letting all the sprouts do the work. Now they're a crafting mentor and not a battle mentor, but still. Catapulted. Oh, really? I thought that they always chose a, chose somebody at range. That's the Demon Zervon? I think that's Zervon. I think I'm a huge fan of the Zervon weapons. One of the earlier and cheaper weapons that have an effect on them. always gotta, rather than pay attention to your positionals, which I think at this level, I'm not sure either of them have any positionals. You got to pay attention to where the tank is going to stand or something like that. Does not know what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. Putting down a slave revolt like all protagonists do. Grand Slam. All the way up to 23. Mentioned this many times. Though we try to do a progression playthrough, there is nothing that I can fully do to recreate the full experience of doing a playthrough as if I were actually on patch 2.0. I don't have the stamina bar. I have a bunch of, I don't have like protect and a bunch of other abilities that I would have had back then. I do what I can, like not using the duty roulette, to avoid features that weren't there, but things like this set of knives would not have been there in 2.0 because Rogue / Ninja would not have been there in 2.0. So do I itemize every item and pass on every item possible, or do I let some things slide? And what I ultimately decided was just let something slide. There's nothing you can really do about it. As I've mapped out through, I think, 2.3 for the things that I want to do, my sort of checkpoints before I move on. And I think 2.3, they introduced big fishing, but in 2.3 and then 2.4 and 2.5, they added more fish to big fishing at all levels possible of fishing. So I thought about, okay, my checkpoints might be that there are, for doing big fishing, that there are certain achievements that came out for big fishing at 2.3 and then at 2.4 and then at 2.5 as they added more fish to it. But would I have to mentally keep track and double check on every single fish that I catch randomly while I am fishing to go, okay, I hit the actual mark for the achievement, but technically 5 of those fish that I caught didn't get added until 2.4, so I need to go and catch 5 additional fish that were in 2.3 in order to say that, like, you can get extremely nitpicky on something like this, and it's not worth the effort. I don't think, to, unless we get a true progression experience where I can actually go back and I can allow the game itself to make these decisions for me. It's just gonna make it tedious and not fun, as opposed to this, which I think is so far been pretty fun. Isumiyan. This is my level 20. Brother Isumiyan requests you assist in Sophie's training. Greetings, M. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not his study of the elements. I confess I have no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sophie. After no small amount of prompting, bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature, but I'm afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sophie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before venturing into the wild. As such, she's ill-equipped to undertake the trials which furnished you and your peers with an understanding of the elements. Put simply, she is no match for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bid you take her on a pilgrimage around the Twelveswood and give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, water, she must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let Earth be her first lesson. Sophie awaits you at Brent Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remains strong. Once you have located the patch of corrupted soil at Brent Branch, draw forth the tainted sprite and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the elements aid you in this endeavor, M. Cool. Alrighty. Brent Branch, that's in Central, if I recall correctly. Yes. Yep, those arbor buzzards. I've waffled back and forth on how I want to do these side quests. Pick them up as is right now or wait. It's... I think there might just be a stream where I go and catch up on a bunch of side quests. Or maybe as I get more MSQ focused, I focus more on the side quests that are there. Oh, I wasn't sure you'd come. You are kind to help me. I've done nothing but mock you. Well, if you're ready, the corrupted soul is just here. I promise I'll be paying attention. Ah, I wasn't scared. I was just a little startled, that's all. It was as if a mass of solid wrath had erupted from the ground. I never felt anything like... I mean... Never mind. We have to head to the Bannock next. Let's get this over with. Do these have the same... Oh, it's so weird. In the Crystarium, you can jump on gates like that. And they won't open. But if you go toward the gate from the side, then they will open. Seems to be the place. I'll be watching, so do whatever it is you do. Gods, the wind blew straight through me. It felt both gentle and sharp at the same time. I can't explain it. Is this something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. Last one is at Lilystone. Stone's way down here, which is where I'll be able to get my arbor buzzards. these buzzards? No. Hornets. There's 4 GCDs. Let's see this one. B. Totally same. You probably could have done 3. But I would have just been holding a GCD, waiting for the tick. Oh, I forgot to talk to Sophie first. Lake is so beautiful. I never noticed how clear the sky is reflected in its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the Guildmaster now. Back to... I think we set that up as my free space. Got to check if there were anything else in Central Shroud. Fireflies. A little annoying, but it's fine. We'll eventually head back there. Conjurer's Guild. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Welcome back, my avid conjurers. How fared you in your encounters with the elements? Sophie, what did you sense as Im cleansed the sources of corruption? It was hard to explain. It was like hearing voices crying out in joy. I never felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It was almost as if nature were speaking to me. But why, Brother Isumi? Why did my mother teach me to avoid this side of conjuring? What was she so afraid of? There are certain truths that hide behind the masks of our words, and there is much your mother didn't tell you, but you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sophie. Even now, your mind founders? Amid a sense of inundation of awareness, a sudden inundation of awareness. The first time we connect with nature can be a wonderful but disorienting experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guildmaster. You have my gratitude, Em. Thanks to you, Sophie has taken a most important step. You heard her mention voices crying out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed on to the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through meditation and training, but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen receive. And as you have no doubt surmised, Sophie's mother was one such person. The misunderstanding of that blessing, however, was what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sophie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. And we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl has barely awoken to her potential. And for that potential to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect she failed to mention that the promise of your involvement in her lesson was the reason for her change of heart. You underestimate the impression your quiet determination has made on young Sophie. If modesty prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed, consider this task a part of your training. For conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on her journey, Em, and together explore the myriad mysteries of nature. Apologize for the train. Ask the gloves, you the dress shoes. Cool. Now for archery. Let's see here. How quickly I can get into a queue for archery. Interesting how there's no exit directly to East Shroud, even though there is an East Shroud exit. So I guess it's the same way in that there's an exit to Aleport in Limsa, but there's no, what you call it, there's no Aethernet exit to Aleport. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So the thing about repelling shot is that's, even though you do a firing motion, it doesn't actually do damage. There's no potency on the tooltip. Just an evasive maneuver. Let's go ahead and take ourselves out of view here. We're gonna hit level 20 sooner rather than later. While I'm out here, go ahead and get that level 24. Lancer as well. Val's a buff, not a dot. Ziz until I Gorlin. Ooh. Big ol' sneeze. Excuse me. I did mute, so it's not like you heard me sneeze. Poachers. Fungars. Bats. Approaches again. Oh, there they are. Just the boar poachers. Come on. There's need. Sure. Archers need the raptor poachers. Gonna guess the conjurer needs the wolf poacher. Poacher. Or right, there's 20 there. You need the wolf poachers. Yep. Right here. Let's go ahead and finish this off. Same with the fungars for the archers. Yeah. Right. So Bramble Patch. Hold on. Cool. Alrighty, back to Gridania to pick up these 2 quests. Moment. Checking up on old first stuff. Okay. Point 2 from Echo. What about Liquid? Haven't started yet. It's 10 minutes before they get started. Alright, what am I looking at? I'm going to the Lancers Guild. I have a feeling if Echo goes to bed, then kill it. Has a trial in mind for you, which promises to be more dangerous than any you have faced thus far. I've been expecting you, M. I've been training hard, I've trust. I would set you your next trial, one more dangerous than any you faced before. But I would not send an unprepared man to his death. Before we proceed, verify your progress with mine own eyes. You will face 3 experienced lancers in single combat. Defeat each one in succession, and you'll prove yourself fit to undertake the trial. Arm yourself and take your place in the training area. We'll begin when ready. Wayne, you just talked to me. Well met, adventurer. Buffering. Oh, I dropped some frames. Interesting. back to good, it seems. Well done, Em. Impressive, Em. Most impressive. You're ready to face the trial. Yet, I did not exaggerate when I said it would be dangerous. Make no mistake, to take this test is to risk death. Knowing this, do you still wish to proceed? Disappoint me. Back again, are you? That man is the only soul in this pathetic excuse for a guild who shows any promise. Which is why I counseled him to leave you. Alas, he chose to remain in your house of cravens. Such a waste. The guild has outlived its purpose, and I mean to see its doors shut and barred for good. If you wish to object, I invite you to do so with lance in hand. You do not want for confidence, sir, but answer me this. What grudge do you hold against us? For what reason did you choose this of all crusades? I detest cravens who would proclaim their courage and like nothing better than to crush them. That is my reason. Well, the fixity of your purpose is clear, even if your reasoning is not. So be it. Suffice it to say, you will not have your way without a fight. Oh, but do not presume that I will be your opponent. No, you must face the Lancer over whom you so grandly claimed mentorship, the one man among us whose potential you condescended to acknowledge. Him shall represent us all. As guild master, I wager the fate of the guild upon his lance. Ha! Do as you will, coward. It is your guild to throw away. You may even set the terms of the contest. Very well, Im is here to undertake a trial. I challenge you to complete the task before he does. You are to travel to East Shroud and prove your courage before the Lord of the Bramble Patch. He is a giant amongst boars, unrivaled in strength and savagery, and ruler over all his kind. You must go before this fearsome creature and stand your ground. Know, though, that the Lord of the Bramble Patch will not grant an audience to just anyone. You must needs present him an offering of the bloody tusk of his subjects, the wild boars that inhabit his domain. When you have prepared your offering, leave it upon an area of trampled earth. Drawn to the stench of blood, the Lord of the Bramble Patch will soon appear. That is all. Are there any questions? No? Then let the trial commence. Alrighty, and let's go pick up the Archer quest. You've come at a good time, Em. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscaron's Druthers out in South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscaron himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate his claims. The three of us? You mean Em, myself, and... It would be better if I went alone, Lucene. The Mikote and the other one will only encumber me. So there you will go as three. Also, it is past time we recognized him as a fellow archer. I will not. I've held my tongue on the matter of his continued presence here, but I will bend no further. Who in the seven hells do you think you are, Bow Lord Lewin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore. That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough. But one more word, and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Buscaron Druthers in the South Shroud, now out of my sight. definitely the Lancer stuff, because we don't have any. We haven't ever made it to South Shroud yet. So, back to the Lancers Guild. I think this is probably going to be the quickest way still. I think we saw where the black bats were. Also have the boars to kill. And with the black bats, we just need the boars. The boars. Doubles. Cool. Beat up all the boars. It appears the poor soul who tried to harvest this tusk before you was not so fortunate. Dong, dong. It's a big boy. Water sprites. Heal me. Heal me. You shan't find much sport in these two. Come back another day, my friend. Well done, him. You've completed the trial. Just now you see the truth of my words. Hurling yourself into the midst of danger is not courage, it is folly. No, this proves nothing. I refuse to accept. Refuse to accept the weakness within you. No, Em. Leave him be. Your work here is done. Return to the guild. I shall see you there presently. Go. That would put me here by Silent Arbor, which is a little higher level. Let's see, is there anything else over here? South Shroud, South Shroud. Conjurer, Central Shroud. South, you need the Black Bats as well. So let's go ahead and switch over Conjurer. those. Last one, Archer. Just need the antelope though. Okay. So it's probably faster. Go to Brent Branch and then down the South Shroud. Because that's going to put me on the Buscaron side. I think this is sightseeing. No, Lavender Beds. Can't do Lavender Beds yet. I just went on my whole speech about not being that picky on picking up quests or picking up particular items that aren't in the patch that I'm technically on. One, it's not as random as something like item drops or fishing catches. Two, it's not as tedious to figure out. I know housing isn't in 2.0, whereas, or I know housing isn't in 2.0, so any quest that's related to housing don't do. Fairly simple. Are the fireflies, are they not down here? Are they over here? Over there, I'll be a little annoyed. No, that was where the arbor buzzards were. Sure. You don't need the dough? Kieran Beaters. You need the dough. Stuck on a fence. Alright, done with the Lancers. Archers. You're done with yours. Oh, you need the Kikirans. Conjurer needs these Kikirans. just need to find where these goddamn fireflies are. Ah, you lot must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guildmaster would have said, I put in a request for some keen-eyed archers to help me track down a gang of poachers that have been plaguing these parts. If I may be, it is not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the gods Quiver nor the Wood Whalers deem them worthy of attention. Why, then, did you imagine them worthy of ours? These ain't no common poachers. They're Poa Mujuk's gang. It is said she and her is always moving, staying one step ahead, but I reckon she's hiding out here somewhere. Thing is, I can't just send my people out searching. I made a pact with the red-belly bandits, see? We stay out of their territory and they don't make no trouble with the druthers. That being so, if I summoned the massed ranks of the Whalers and Quivermen, all seven hells would swiftly break loose, assuming they thought the matter worthy of their attention, of course. Needless to say, that is not an option. As luck would have it, though, I've got 3 keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead, and all without raising no alarms. We understand you may leave the matter to us. The M split up and scour the area for any sign of poachers. Should you discover any, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Arrow. Something over here. Leg trap. Eyes peeled. Oh. Mead bottles. Iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. Both evidence of legal activity, but nothing that will help us find Powa. And these mead bottles are but old refuse from before the Druthers was even built. They have no connection to the gang. We know this Powa woman, Silver. I know that she's the most infamous poacher ever to walk the Twelveswood. A born leader, deadly with the bow, she formed her own gang of Mikote hunters. Was apprehended once and would have been brought to justice had she not tricked a foolish young sentry into releasing her before vanishing without a trace. Is that so? In any case, we've scoured the area and found nothing. How do we know that this power was ever even here? I say we inform the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers, taking care not to implicate Buscaran and leave the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild. It concerns Gridania, Leah. Power Mujuk is a savage and utterly amoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. But what would a vagrant like you know of duty to one's homeland? No more than he, I suspect. How dare you? And you, M, say something. Not the time for this. Very well. We return to the matter at hand. Mayhap we should take a second look at the clues we gathered. Look all you want, though the trap and arrow we found suggest poaching. There's nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine, M? Empty mead bottles. Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you those bottles predate the Druthers. They have no connection to this matter. What if the bottles are so old? Why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently. Wait. Before the calamity, Buscaran once served as a sentry, and even then he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern, and it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. If some survived, of course, Buscaran scar his old lookout post. It may not be Power Mujuk, but we must investigate it once. But not looking great for Echo here. Any signs? Look, the ground is covered in Mikote footprints. Tracks are fresh, very fresh. Rage of the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled. Else they're hiding near. Take cover. There was thinking caught ourselves some of them meddling bloody masqueraders. Not that I'm complaining, hiding your face is downright bloody rude when you ain't been introduced. Speaking of ill manners, don't you know it ain't decent to barge your way into a lady's bedchamber without knocking? You would lecture us on manners? Truly, I've heard it all. If it's outnumbered, we'd best split up. The leader's mine, I'll try to isolate her from her litter. Savere M, the rest I leave to you. As you will. Oh, get the bastards. Focus on my target M. We'll take them down faster if we work together. We'll just do AoE. Get away. Conjurer to draw this out. hells, why won't you two die? Then you got two toes M. This lot is quicker than the rest. Watch their movements and dodge their attacks. The last of them. Have you seen Ali Hippo? With me, Em. Owned. That was a piss poor showing, sister. You call yourself a keeper. Hunter with no fangs ain't nothing but prey. Aw, bugger. Looks like playtime's over. Seeing you, sister. Paja Mujuk. I was no match for her. It was Paja Mujuk after all, but Scarin must be informed. Paja Power. Gunterus. Alehouse wench. Seven hells. They were my old post. They drink my old mead. It stings most of all. Well, this past time, the proper authorities are informed. I'll send messengers to the Wood Whalers and God's Quiver. The Red Belly Bandits won't like it one bit, but they'll see they're told exactly who the military is after. I only hope it'll be enough. Of course, Power Mujik's no fool. She knows she's been spotted and she'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds. And the trail won't stay fresh long neither. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friend. Tell Lucien I appreciate the help. Back home. Welcome back, M. Bear tells me you encountered Power Mujuk. No Gridanian could fail to recognize that name, so oft as it has been spoken and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. This is a matter for the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our art. I was surprised to note that Leah and Silver were not loggerheads upon their return. I presume we owe this unnatural state of affairs to your calming influence. No, modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I implore you to share that perspective with your peers and help them grow into better, wiser archers. You go forth and temper your skills in battle. Know that we always look forward to your return. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I will not lie to you. You are no match for the Lord of the Bramble Patch. Had you betrayed any hint of fear, he would have gored you in the space of a moment and feasted it on your entrails. But you stood your ground, holding fast to your composure and resolve, thus you were able to stare terror in the face and survive unscathed. Well done, Em. You've overcome the greatest hurdle in a quest to become master of your own courage. You now bring to bear the full extent of your abilities upon even the mightiest foes. As for Volquez, well, if there's a shred of reason left in him, he will have learned the self-same lesson as you this day. Painful though the experience must surely have been, one can only hope that it will serve to open his eyes to the truth. Go forth, M. Prepare yourself for further trials. I look forward to our next meeting. Cool, cool, cool. So with that, we are caught up. With that, we are caught up to the point where all of our jobs are through at least the level 20 job quest. Double check by going through the list. Star-Crossed Rivals is your 25. Gladiator is also your 25. Thaumaturge is your 25. We just did Archer, Lancer, and Conjurer. 5. Marauder doesn't have anything, and they're only level 20. Same with Arcanist, or they're only level 21. Cool, cool, cool. So, given that, I think that means we should head back to Old Da. Continue along with our rescue. Many streams. Been catching up there. But I think this will be for the greater good. So at the moment, Marauder and Arcanist are our lowest. I think we're going to move Arcanist and Marauder to try to get them to 23. Go back and just keep bouncing back and forth until we're all on the same page. He's ready to tell you what she knows about the signs of the seventh dawn. I want you to know. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that the surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Old Don. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these signs of the seventh dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Im. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the signs, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The signs are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waken Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, M, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget your old friend Momodi. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, right? You hear? Right. I've said my piece, off you go. Off to Vesper Bay. Off to Horizon. Start getting those Aetheryte tickets. You need anything in this area? Eastern. Up huge list. Eastern. Kilometers. Eastern. Okay. Bum 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 bum. That's the wrong. Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property, unless you have pertinent business here. I must ask you to... At the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? In progression. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru. I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the Solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Alrighty. So I'm going to be definitely taking a little bit more time in here, checking out the folks, especially this fellow right over here. The antecedent made me an offer I couldn't refuse, so that if I joined, I'd get to fight against the Primals and the Imperials, both to my heart's content. I know I could get the same by enlisting in one of them grand companies, but I've never been partial to saluting, if you know what I mean. Her reception is something else. Did you perchance notice how small she writes the names in her roll? I couldn't make out a single one, no matter how hard I tried. Sorry, just trying to make auto conversation. This whole affair has me all worked up. I thought for sure that it was some sort of scam, that they were rounding up hapless adventurers for some nefarious ends. Now I've seen the facilities myself, I must confess it looks legitimate. I had a dream unlike any other. I was myself, then it became something more. When I spoke to the others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? So you letting... Is it letting you know that Ehrenvel has the Echo? I assume they're saying that all of these folks have the Echo, but I don't know if we actually can make that assumption. Ma'am. I take it you're in progression. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Manphilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Bunch of Aetheryte tickets.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minphilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they...
Can't
Our order is home to a number of individuals who,
bounce away.
like you,
Probably set my
possess a rare and
voice
special
settings.
talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. Right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. Pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I've taken the liberty of adding your name to the Retainer's registry. As of now, you're entitled to to employ the services of a retainer. We'll need to consult retainer Volcate regarding the particulars of this arrangement. But believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now, you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us, and then, when you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when we win a field. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Retainer is now available. Now I'm pretty sure. Also Games Wiki. Retainer. Mechanics. Nothing about this. It's like they changed the dialogue or anything. It's just a 2.0 quest, so I think we're fine and good to go here. Let's talk to the folks. This is called the Waking Sands, and this is our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened, and we ended up here instead. Well, there are others who possess the Echo. None are near as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. 7 waning moons and 7 suns rise. Divine order royals, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the Divine Chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstances of this imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night. We abide, we await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which shall pierce the glowering darkness. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of 2 separate entities. It was first comprised of Shalian natives, such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. The second, made up of individuals that share your rare gift, was known as the Path of the 12. Terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of ether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry with never a thought of the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it would be well within their ability to do so. For this reason, we must do our utmost to oppose them. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, man. Go where the wild rose blooms.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It
Sharlayan.
used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Yastola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our
Carteneau.
We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs
Tataru.
smoothly.
Not Tataru.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Ugh.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind
Aye.
implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Mispronunciations. Alrighty. Though this is your first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the Primal's. Realm may appear well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, Em, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Before we do that, we're going to go back to Ul'dah and pick up these retainers. Finally start making some money. Boom, 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 boom. The retainer vocat's right over here. No? Oh, there you are. I passed. Greetings. I take it you've come to see me about a retainer. From the records, you may hire up to 2 retainers. Currently, you have no retainers in your employ. A retainer. Sure. What do we got? Sure. Sure. I don't need to save it again. I can just hit confirm. No. Finalize. Exactly as you described. Sure. Froggies. Hire the other retainer. Cool. Summoning bell. Draw. No. Sell items. Alright, what do we got? Sort these. Marmot meat. For a single. Trust. Loin. Dodo tenderloin. Mole meat. Steak. Do we have history? Used anything? You can also just buy it from a shop. Let's use anything. Real. Buy from a shop. Honey, I know we can buy from a shop. Or as well. Selling. Feathers. Animal skin. 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 Hide. Old goat skin. There we go. Or hide as well. Sinew. There's no way anybody should buy it for this, but you know. Sinew. Horn. Things. Yellow crab shell. Viscous secretions. Those. $3.99. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Got that all set up. Now to Camp Drybone. I'm missing Bard. Search for the missing folk, I take it. When Philo sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. He also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who our culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. So get right to it then. Philia names the Amalja culprits in all this. It would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama, Lendama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. Poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before the Mongols catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in the area. Now somebody needs those flies that are near the church up there. Switch over when I closer. Hacking. All appears to be ravaged by an amalja before sitting to rot for several turns of the sun. As he returned, we were able to secure the remains of our fallen. The bodies given back proper to the earth. The souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what are the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarries unawares. So there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another's hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day. And even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Okay. To Marauder. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it too far away quickly. There is a merchant by the name of Ungus who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the end, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not to speak to you. He's not like to speak to you. Touch some sirloins. Case, I have an adventure for you. What say you make for the plains to the east and carve me up 5 cuts of sirloin for some Targus nannies. We were tending a wounded man at the end who was close to death. Like nothing more than they give him a feast of nice, juicy sirloins for what might well be his last meal. Once you have the sirloins, take them directly to Sister Zozoru at the end. Looking for a bit of work, are we? Well, it just so happens I'm looking for someone to put down some mongrels, 7 beasts. Bloody things have nearly overrun the area to the southeast here. They attack the locals, livestock, odd that moves. You didn't show the foul things any mercy. Well, gods be damned. Bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Old Da. One of the 7 L's you want with me now. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folks around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, did I. If anything, they're even more timid than before, with all the disappearances. You can go talk to him yourself if you don't believe me. Please, sir, just leave me be. Nothing to say but this. I'll take who or whatever's been feeding us little folk. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. As I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. Talk of folk getting abducted, and if you ask me, they're simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Welcome back, M. Look at out of import. I see. I suppose I should have expected much from Ungust. Though another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, the clergy may know something of use. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Lendama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. So long as you're headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquez. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He'll tell you where the body is to be interred. Okay, so who needs... Thaumaturge that needs to bloat 5. Cool. Marauder. Marquez, yes. A body. Of course, there have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. They all walk in Thalm's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. Maybe Sister Orsen can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. I Pardon me, you'll find the Sister Roy's sin within the church walls. Here you've done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I'll be sure to share the information with you. I wish Marquez would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man named Thancred, I believe, took offense to his conduct. I must have words with Marquez, and soon. He's an exterminator. Lichyard, the sin of the dead. Lo-fi swarms. Slay 5, and they'll be in your debt. Bull. Mr. Ariel, I gather you are on no pilgrimage. You look to be an adventurer. If so, might I impose on you to help tend the Lichyard while you're there with us? Graves here far outnumber we who keep them. Alone, we cannot possibly do all that needs to be done. Would you see to gather up the old offerings currently lying about outside? Make note of at least 6 during my last rounds to the yard. Rum bum bum bum. Just jumping on someone's gravestone. Thank you, friend. The swarms were to spread their pestilence to the church unchecked. Long before we would need to mourn the morning. Before long, we would need to mourn the morning. For the time being, at least, the grieving can pray in peace for their dead to cross over safely. All bless you. Where would gather the old offerings? Show of respect with the recently deceased is almost as withered as the corpse it now accompanies. Thank you. Would that there were not else to be done. I must see to collecting the weathered vases, urns, and ewers before long. The dead sleep soundest in the tidy grave. I have no shortage of work to offer, should you care to take it. Speak to me again whensoever you feel so compelled. Edward. Wait, sister. You want to adventure folk, ain't ye? I'd be much obliged for a little help. I'd like to make a tombstone for my kid sister what passed, you see. But I ain't got the gil to get it done. I hear there's nice rocks for the taking a ways from here, but I ain't old enough to fend off no wild beasts or such. I was hoping for a bit of cloud marble. She really would have liked that. Crops right up on the ground to the east of here, they say. If you could find a bit and see it to Brother Esmore, me and me sister'd ever be so grateful. They wish on the dead once more. Excellent. Make offerings of these Nymea lilies at some of the simpler graves in the Lich Yard. The poor souls died alone, you see, with no one left to grieve for them. There are 5 such graves scattered about the Lich Yard that I would have you tend to. And remember, friend, mind your surroundings and pay proper respect with each bundle of lilies. You're all they have. Okay, such as these are oft used as offerings for the dead. Live streaming. Almost to 2.5 hours. That's what I call it. This one over here. A in the back here. Once more, you have my thanks. No doubt the souls of the departed can take some small comfort in the care you have shown their graves. In days gone by, the Lich Yard was a small, humble plot, but all changed after the calamity. The dead grew in number, and so the yard grew with them. It's still simple despite its size. Of course, it's that selfsame simplicity that keeps it from becoming more of a priority for the Order. We can ill afford to assign adequate numbers for its keeping, thus we cannot charge the poor to bury or be buried. Yet that does not stop the many who come calling to see their dead put to rest here. Those few of us who tend the yard haven't the time to see to the offerings our piety demands. The simple as the graves you visited belong to those who died alone. Let us pray the sweet fragrance you delivered grants some modicum of relief from their lonely solitude, even if for a short while. Bum, 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 bum. I think we're actually just going to go ahead and call it here. We hit the hour-and-a-half mark. Caught up with our level 20 quests on all of our jobs. Next, and got restarted on the MSQ. Went and met the Scions. Got retainers. Quite a bit today in the small amount of time that we actually had. Our next bit is to try to get everybody, all of our classes, to at least level 25. So that we could then do our go through, but we're going to be using the MSQ to push that along for a while rather than having to take time away from the MSQ to do so. So yeah, thank you anybody who might have been watching, anybody who might be lurking, anybody who catches the VODs. Thank you so much for watching and paying attention to my little project here. I will see you next time I see you.